Hey YouTubers, I'm back to share another Throwback Thursday album with you. This is the very first album I ever made. I started scrapbooking when I was 12, so it's going to be really fun to look at. But me and a couple of other ladies from the Nicole Jones 911 Facebook group have decided to every once in a while do a Throwback Thursday album or layout share. So if you want to join along, feel free to make a quick video or to just share a page up on Nicole Jones' Facebook group. And I think it's fun to look back and see how styles have changed. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through the album quickly with you. But the first thing I want you to notice is that it's got like this flannel plaid cover on it. And this actually, when I started scrapbooking, I was 12, I didn't have money or anything. I did do a little bit of babysitting, but my mom had this album had like Christmas stories in it, and right here where you can see there's like glue on it, I ripped off a thing that said, it was like a thing my mom had cross-stitched that said something about the holidays, or I don't know. So this was like just a normal 3-ring binder that she covered with fabric. And that's about as crafty as my mom gets, but I took all of the Christmas stuff out of it and I was like, Mom, I'm using this for my scrapbook. So anyway, this was my first scrapbook. And there's no introduction page or anything, but so I went back through some of these pages later and added like titles to them because they didn't have stuff on them. So like these are some, I don't know if how well you're gonna be able to see this. Let me see if I turn off this light, if it's better or worse. I think worse. Let's see if I turn off this light. I have a bunch of lights. Okay, I think that might be better for this, just less glare. Anyway, so these are just really old thin papers. I can't remember who made these kind of papers, but I've just got some of the clear stickers with that old style. I did go back and add these later, so there's that. I have a lot of like printed titles just on regular computer paper, and then a lot of these, I think, stickopotamus kind of stickers. So those are fun, and all of these kind of random stickers. And then you can see here I've cut my photos with decorative edged scissors. And this picture was horrible. Okay, I didn't cut the photo that way, but that's the way the photo came out. Like my mom took that photo or something. They weren't very good at pictures, but I do love this picture of me and my dad. So like you can see, it's like a random mishmash of photos. I didn't have any story I was telling. I was just about getting the pages on cute paper with stickers. So I think I do want to go back and tell some of these stories now that I'm older and I have a bit of perspective on what actually, I don't know, when I was 12 I didn't know what I was doing, obviously. So this album actually lasted me, when I was 12 I started it, and I just went through and grabbed all of my photos that I could find from my mom, which weren't a ton, and just kind of threw them in this album, and I scrapbooked with my best friend, so I convinced her to scrapbook because I wanted to. So anyway, so like you can see, age 3, age 2, age 2 in San Francisco, I don't know, whatever. This was my blessing day, and this little outfit that my grandma crocheted for me, which my daughter actually wore on her blessing day as well. And then just some random photos with, of course, the decorative edges. And it's funny because you can see the marker where I traced. These weren't decorative scissors. These were, but this was like a border template that I traced and then cut out. And I can see like the marker where I traced it. It's really bad. And then I remember at this time, Pebbles in My Pocket, which is a scrapbook store by my house, which is how Pebbles, the scrapbooking line, it kind of stemmed from that store, I think. But anyway, they had die cut machines, and back in the day no one had die cut machines at their house, but you could go to Pebbles, and if you bought their paper you could die cut everything for free. So of course I had to have a sandcastle stick die cut for my beach page, and the cool little water splats. And then bath time and all of these papers. So I started 8.5 by 11 because 12 by 12 wasn't a thing yet. And there's lots of these kinds of papers that are like really decorated around the outside. It's more of kind of a stationery, what you'd find for stationery more than scrapbooking. And then this random photo. My maiden name is Cook, so you can see that. And for anyone who's wondering how to pronounce my last name now, it's Scow. So I get a lot of varieties of how you pronounce my name, but I'm used to it, so no hard feelings, but just FYI. And then again with the decorative cuts, this one was one of my like better pages probably. It just feels a little bit cleaner, and I like the linearness of the thing. I think I actually went back and matted the photos and put the journaling in, because this is obviously not my 12-year-old handwriting. So, and then this was a template that I traced the letters and colored them in. So again, more of that kind of stationery style of paper was what I did a lot. And then some computer created titles. Okay, and then I'm sure anyone who's been scrapbooking for a long time will remember these title toppers. I had every single one, and they were amazing. So you'll see those pop up all along the way. And then this was a frame, so they kind of came, they didn't come together, but they sold them together. I can't remember who made those, but everyone had those. So, and then this one has no pattern paper, it's just cardstock, and I hand cut the moon, and then I used a stencil for the stars. And me and my mom, when we were little, we always had matching Halloween costumes, and so she was the witch and I was the cat, and then you'll see later on that we have matching costumes again. Also, check out my mom's hair in that Christmas photo and my dad's mustache. Pretty cool. So Christmas, of course, using the Christmas paper. I thought it was super cool because I hand wrote that. And seriously, this was junior high, people, so I'm thinking I was doing pretty well. And then you can see the page protectors are like the kind you get from the office supply store. They're nothing special. They're just like regular page protectors. And they're like kind of a matte finish, which I don't love. You can't see through it as well. Anyway, and I drew a bunch of lines coming out of each of the photo mats for some reason. And then really liked to put things on a strong angle. So I'm sorry because the glare is pretty bad. But so there's that. And a little die cut. And then this is another, like one of the die cuts that I made at Pebbles. And then this is actually pretty cool. And I just did a layout. This is a 4-generation photo of, so that's me, my mom Amaryllis, her mom Amaryllis, and then her mom Loida. And so that's a 4-generation picture. And I have a picture right before my great-grandma died of all of us plus my daughter. So that's a really cool 5 generations of women. It's a really cool photo. So I want to copy one of these photos and maybe put it on that page or something just to show the similarities or something. But anyway, so there's that. This one I hand cut a bunch of balloons. I had a lot of stencils, and so I think I used those a lot. And then the stickers. And this really weird, really angular page. It's a birthday page, so it's got balloons, obviously. I remember I went back in and added those buttons. So before it was just this computer-generated title, this weird, like, heather, I don't know what you call this, like oatmeal, but it's not oatmeal. It's not a solid color is what I'm trying to say. It's like mottled blue cardstock. I had a huge package of that. I think my mom gave it to me for Christmas or something. But I went back and added these because originally it was just the pictures and the title. So anyway, fun stuff. Again, that stationery kind of paper. This one I did go back and add journaling to as well, but this die cut that was a fun thing at the time. This one I actually had my friend's older sister do for me. She was really good with handwriting, so I remember that well, asking her to do the handwriting for me. So there's lots of papers with really kind of realistic kind of scenes on them, which I think, you know, some companies still do that, Webster's Pages and stuff like that, but I think it's really hard to use those kind of papers now. At least it is for me. Sorry, this came undone and I'm just ruining it. I'll just turn the pages and stick them back in. So this one was a sideways page, really simple. Again with my blue mat, my blue cardstock. And I used both sides of the cardstock. So this is one paper and I just glued stuff on both sides. And then it's a school photo. It has nothing on it. I wish I would have written the names. I think I can still remember most of them actually, so I might go back and write the names of all of my classmates on that. Again, just cardstock with the shapes on the pages. Really, really simple with some titling. This was kind of funny. This was Disneyland. I don't know why this is on here. It says 1988 on this button, and then this says 1989. And also, please take a peek at what I'm wearing. So that's me and my cousin and my mom and my grandma. And oh my gosh, what did my mom let me wear? That is a total 80s outfit. But there you go. So that was fun. I'm going to just flip through a little bit more quickly so that I can get through this whole thing. But this was a dance recital. I loved this page. And you can see the papers match the photos just exactly. So the teal and the pink. Again with these ugly papers. But at the time they were way fun. So no hard feelings on those papers. But family photos. I remember my family got a fireplace, like a gas fireplace. And so we decided to take family photos by the gas fireplace. And at the time, there was like literally nothing else in our basement. That's funny. More computer generated titling. Same with this. A font with balloons. That's fun. This is my little brother. So I did a page of my little brother and just at different stages in his life. He was a cute little baby. So this is, yeah, just different photos of him growing up. And I did one of my sister. So this is the baby sister who has my cute little 4-month-old nephew. So in this picture, I really see a lot of him in it. I'm kind of wishing I had my other light on. I'm going to turn it on and see if... it doesn't really make that much of a difference, does it? Okay. Sorry if this video sucks. You can turn it off. I did a similar one of my dad, but I didn't do one of my mom. So, this is on my baptism day. I got baptized when I was 8 years old. And this is the dress my grandma made me, and I'm just looking all sorts of hideous. And I cut the pictures into all sorts of weird shapes, but that's cool. This is my 2nd grade class photo. So I did the same thing on most of my class things. I put my picture here, and then the class picture. And this was a family reunion. So just really simple. 40 cents for a paper. Do you see that? 40 cents. So paper was cheaper. But it was smaller too. This is my cousin that died. And I didn't scrapbook about that. But I just put the program from the funeral in there. And she was my age. So... 3rd grade. So this one I switched it up. I did a bigger picture and then my class photo on the back. Sledding with these little stickers, and again with the kind of scene kind of paper. A die cut, and I typed on the die cut, so I think I glued the die cut to a piece of paper and sent it through my printer, and that was so innovative for me. So I thought that was cool. This was a trip to Disneyland. Speaking of Disneyland, we're going this Sunday. My dad surprised me with a trip for my 9th birthday. Just an overnight trip to Disneyland, which was the best surprise that there ever was in my life. So that was cool. So there's 3 pages of that, and none of the pages say anything on them, but I need to write a little bit about it. I wrote in my journal. So here's another class photo, and I did write in pencil the names of everyone except for one person who I couldn't remember, so that's too bad. Here's some funky little die cuts for a birthday party I had, and I hand wrote this, and it's looking pretty cute. Sarcasm, sorry. That's more of my 10th birthday. Gymnastics, so here shows up one of those titles again. And then me on the balance beam. Halloween. We were the weirdest things for Halloween, it seems like. So I was an old lady, and my brother was a Jamaican skeleton. So I think my parents went on a cruise to Jamaica or something. So that's what that's about. Close this again. So here's another one of those kind of scene type papers. I don't know why I can't remember who made these, but there were so many. And then this I actually printed on the computer at my friend's house. I printed this, and then, so I kind of made my own pattern paper, even though it's just a little icon in the corner. And then this is like a certificate from school and my grades, and an empty, I don't know what was in there. My softball team, so lots of softball kind of stickers and baseball paper. Clear Creek, which, no, that's not me. This picture my mom took was so amazing. I'm right here, so I should put an arrow so you know that that's me. But that's like an overnight school trip. And then this was feeding the ducks in Idaho. I don't know why we were in Idaho, but we were feeding the ducks there. This is a family reunion. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This is in Canada. So that's really pretty. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a computer-generated title, and on the back, so I used just regular computer paper. You can see where I printed something else on the back. So, Girl Scouts. So I've got a few pages about Girl Scouts that are just really simple, handwritten little titles. And then, so on this one, we went to a play, and then we went backstage and had some of the actors sign the back of our program, so I cut out the signatures and put it all over the page. That's more Girl Scouts. This is Ellis Island in New York City. I have family that lives just on the edge of New York City. They live in New Jersey, so. But look, the Twin Towers. So I need to pull this out and show my daughter because she was asking me about that on September 11th if I had ever seen the Twin Towers, and I need to show her this picture of me by them. So that was cool. Pictures at Ellis Island, which I totally didn't appreciate as a however old person I was, 10 or 11. 6th grade, I crossed out the names of people that I didn't like, I guess. I don't know. And then we had a funny photo also. The DARE program, Dare to Keep Kids Off Drugs. So that's like, I don't know, I just put that in there. A hike I took. That's my aunt and uncle's reception. So they got married when I was about 10 or 11. This horrible, everyone has awkward phases. I had like so many years of awkward phases. Anyway, 7th grade. And then this was stuff that I went to New Jersey and spent like 3 weeks in the summer with my cousin. And we went and did a bunch of stuff. So this is just kind of like memorabilia from stuff that we did. And we went to Hershey Park. So that's from Hershey Park. And all of these photos that I cut into weird shapes. Sorry, I'm trying to go faster because this is going to be forever long. Softball. This is like a daddy-daughter kind of date thingy, and I colored this in. It was like photocopied. But just really a lot of like random school stuff. And this is so funny though. I got these coupons for free stuff at school for being the student of the week or whatever, and I never used them. I just put them in my scrapbook. So I could have gotten free donuts, free ice cream, like a free cafeteria item, and I just stuck them in my scrapbook. So that's the kind of person I was. More of Okay, sorry, I'm back. I think the video, well, I know the video cut off on me, and I think this is the page I was on. I had to come back actually the next day and do it. So, this was just a page about a dog that I had, and you can see I've got another one of those kind of stationery type papers, and I just wrote his name in a little bowl, and I thought that was so clever. And that's not even really a page. Page about the beach, again with the scene. This was a cruise we went on, and I made the boat look like it was going up that wave, which I thought was super clever. So this was in 1998, so that was a long time ago. I was 14, I guess, when I made these, and I started getting into some hand lettering and these huge things that were on the page, and I doodled around the outside. And then these are just some, I was trying to make my font look like the paper, so that's funny. This was a cat we had. I was especially proud of this page. I loved the doodling around all of the photos here. And then this is a page I did of me and all of my friends, so this was when I was in 9th grade. So these aren't all of my friends, just, you know, some of the ones that gave me their picture. And then I went to a play with my friend in it, but I couldn't take photos, so I just put some of the stuff on it. So I really was like kind of trying to capture my memories whether I had a photo or not. So, and then there are a couple things that I received from friends and different things that I just stuck in the page protector. You can see the photo splits right here that I was holding it in with. So, and then a poem, like little note that I got from a neighbor. This is my friend's niece, and I hand lettered the title. This is my best friend. She's the one who, I don't know if I've said it in a video before or not, but when I started scrapbooking, her mom is the one who got, like, she had a scrapbook, and that's why I wanted to scrapbook. And me and her made, if we had the same photos, we scrapbooked the exact same page. So I'm pretty sure she has this same page in her albums. So if I ever lose it for any reason. And I had a friend who spent 6 months with her family in Israel, and so she sent me a few things from there while she was gone. Again, more doodling around the photos. This was my aunt left on a mission for our church, and I did like 6 pages of her leaving. I don't know why. I don't have any, like, I think I must have just gotten a camera. I got a new camera or something. So there's a lot of computer journaling and stuff like that. And I kept my uncle out. That was weird. He looks like he's standing in the clouds. It's kind of strange. And then some hand lettering. My favorite blue paper. I don't know. And then some more kind of doodling and computer generated things. Just some Christmas photos. That one looks really important. I don't know if you can really see that. There's a kind of a glare. More Christmas photos and more computer generated stuff. So my friend and I, on her computer at her house, they had lots of these cute little clip art things, and so we started using those a lot on our pages. So but we made this elephant out of snow, so I thought that was cool. And then we also made a car out of snow. And so I have, of course, the car die cut and the car paper, more computer generated stuff. And then the last page is my favorite things in 1998. So I loved dolphins and the ocean. I wanted to be a marine biologist. Going to the movies, Tic Tacs, Starbursts, Winter Fresh Gum. I still love Winter Fresh Gum. And Sour Apple Warheads. So that's fun. So that is my first scrapbook that I ever made. I started when I was 12 and it ended when I was 14. So I scrapbooked my whole life up until that point. So this is all inclusive from 1984 to 1998. So anyway, thanks for watching. It's been fun doing this Throwback Thursday. I've so enjoyed watching all of the other throwback videos. It's just really fun to see kind of where we all started. And some of us started a long, long time ago, and some of us started not too long ago, but it's just fun to see how we progress as things go along. So thanks so much for watching and sharing with me, and I will see you soon.